Hey, Wolf. You know, since we're back in the Superman room, I mean, it's been a while since we've been in here, but I was just kind of having this thought. Have you ever had fantasies of being a superhero when you was younger?
Oh, all the time. I was always fantasizing about being a superhero, which is why I became a superhero.
Yeah, I've actually done that myself, you know. And I still do, as a matter of fact.
Have fantasies about being a superhero?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
So, where's this all going? What are you talking about here?
Well, seeing as how it's been a while since we had our last movie review.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know, I felt that we should do one on a superhero movie. You know, and I actually happen to have one in mind.
Well, I already did, like, Batman vs. Superman, and Justice League, and we got X-Men movies, and Aquaman's coming out. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm actually referring to one that's not really your mainstream type. It's you know, one that actually deals with superheroes, but not actually a superhero in general. Star Kid.
Oh,
Remember
Star Kid, yeah.
Yeah.
The kid, I see where you're going. The kid actually becomes
Yeah.
a superhero.
The kid played by Joseph Mazzello. You may not recognize the name, but he played Tim in Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the
Which
kid in
was
Jurassic Park.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that movie, until we watched that recently, I had not seen that more than one time, and I probably watched it, I mean, like when it came out. And
oh, yeah. I probably watched it like 3 or 4 times when it came out.
it was, and I remembered it, but I didn't remember specific details of that movie till we watched it. And actually, it was a whole lot less crappy than I thought it was going to be, because I was like, oh yeah, that was pretty cheesy. But then when we watched it, it was actually pretty amusing. Like there were some parts that I literally laughed out loud about.
Oh, you mean about Turbo and stuff?
Yeah, and then one of my favorite. We'll get into more of the details of the story in a minute. But one of my favorite parts of that movie when we were watching it, I kept cracking up about, was when he was in the suit and he was in that house just destroying the house.
Oh, like, yeah, his teacher's
just destroying.
Was it his house or his teacher's house? I can't remember if
it was his house or his teacher's house, but he was just crushing everything.
It was his own house.
It was
his own house
hysterical
because he was wanting to get something to eat.
Yeah, crushing the refrigerator and everything.
Or the refrigerator has a hat.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like it was so funny. Like it was, and the kids could watch it too. So it was just an enjoyable, funny movie. Well, tell them about the plot a little bit, because you know the movie a whole lot better than I do.
Well, it's only because I actually watched it twice in the time that you actually watched it once in such a long time. Well, Joseph Mazzello plays Spencer's, I can't remember his last name, so we'll just leave it with Spencer.
Yeah.
You know, he's just grown up this geeky little kid, you know, scrawny, weak, you know, kind of like me growing up. But he had this one kid that had a following, if you will. Mm-hmm. So he's a bully.
Yeah. And
he seemed to always love picking on Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he always had this line, like, USDA choice dead meat or something like that.
Yeah, he was dead meat.
Just typical bully type stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Spencer had this thought, he was always reading comic books and stuff, which we pretty much were.
Right.
Thus the fantasies about the superheroes and stuff. And I believe that, he was going trying to get away from Turbo, and happens upon this suit in the park.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, did he find it in the park, or was it in that junkyard the first time?
Oh wait, no, it was a meteor that he's seen. He
went
to go check it out in the junkyard.
Yeah, and then it opens up, and it's like, talks to him, and he gets inside of it.
In a way, it kind of tricks him inside.
Yeah, it tricks him inside of it.
And then he just starts flipping out.
It would actually be, it was at, like, it was a pretty quality movie. Like, it was funny.
Right.
It was good. It had a good moral story. But it also is ripe for me to riff track on and do, like, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style commentary while the movie is happening. Because there was some fun, like, tricking this kid into this suit. And, like, it was just... And there's when he's inside the suit... And I'll put a picture up right between us. When he's inside the suit... That face that, like, talks to him from the inside is the creepiest looking thing. It's like this flesh mask. Oh, it's weird. It was, like, creepy, but it was funny because it was so creepy.
Spencer's sister, his older sister, Stacy, I think is her name.
Yeah, I can't remember. Right.
But she's the typical teen girl, you know.
Yeah.
You know, always has the attitude.
Yeah.
And doesn't want to be around her little brother. Doesn't want to hug him or nothing.
Yeah. What year did that come out?
See, well, I actually have it here. It was 1997.
97. Wow, so that movie is like 20 plus years old. That movie is 21 years old. That movie can drink now, legally. That's how old that movie is. Isn't that ridiculous to even think that movie?
Just a year later is when I actually graduated high school.
Wow. So 97. That's crazy.
Yeah, spoiler alert for how old I am.
The best part of that movie was I thought the best part of the movie was when he was trashing the house. Like, that was funny. That was really funny. But it actually,
my favorite was actually when he was getting even with Turbo.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, see, Turbo's dad is, like, got his own auto shop or something. And so...
Yeah, he actually... I think he's in charge of the... I think it was either the junkyard or his own
Yeah, he definitely had a service shop of some kind.
Yeah, some kind of service
because
shop.
Turbo's in there playing around in a Corvette, like, up on a hoist. It was like a Stingray, I think, wasn't it?
It was something like that, but it was a customer's vehicle.
Yeah, customer. So he's, like, playing in it.
Has the radio cranked up as loud as it can go.
And then he comes in there, the star kid, because he's in this suit. So like he said, this kid that's getting picked on, he ends up finding this, like, cybernetic artificial intelligence suit that he ends up... Yeah, that's a good picture of it. That he ends up... He ends up getting inside of it, and it's like an artificial intelligence, and it works with him. And initially, the kid's just picking. He's trying to get even with the bully, and he goes in, and the kid's pretending he's driving. The bully's pretending he's driving, and the star kid goes and gets the car and like spins it around. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this car, you know, like they're gonna just. I can't stand watching vehicles get destroyed.
Yeah, like he's in a circus.
Total circus music, man. He's just
having a blast with this.
You know what that movie reminded me of a little bit?
What's that?
Not totally, but somewhat. It reminded me a little bit of Little Monsters, because
but this is definitely more of a children's.
Yeah, well, movie. Yeah, Little Monsters.
When
we reviewed that a couple years ago, that was way more adult than I remembered that being until we watched it again. But
has it been 2 years since we did that?
It's been at least a year or two. I think it's been 2 years. It's been a while.
We'll find out later and put the year in between us or something. I don't know.
But he what makes me think of it was just kind of a similar idea is because the kid that's the bully,
right,
ends up coming around at the end and kind of being the friend and helps out with the end.
Yeah,
the character development of the bully.
Actually got out of the suit,
right?
Because he had to be going through this like a trial.
Yeah.
A physical combat trial.
Yeah, it was trying to figure out how it could fight. It was like a trial.
He hit the monster hit him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't even tell you. There's a monster. There's this monster that is from this invading planet species that's attacking the aliens that made this suit. And so it followed the suit to Earth, and it's trying to get it to use the technology to help. And so it's got this it's like this biomechanical monster. Like it can pull stuff off of its body and use it as weapons and stuff. It was it's really good movies. It's like a good sci-fi movie, actually.
So in a way, Spencer was always trying to get out of the suit. So the mission parameters of the suit meant he had to engage this alien
in combat to make sure.
He's like, I met the parameters and you know it. So suit lets him out. Then while he's out, he meets up with Turbo again.
Yeah.
And, lo and behold, Spencer actually knocks him on his butt.
Yeah. A
Which
lesson,
is kind of cool.
which is what I tell my kids. I'm not advocating fighting, but if there's a bully, you just knock them out. Knock them out, and they won't mess with you again. But anyway, that's what they
and
used
from
to.
that moment on,
There was no more problem.
Spencer and Turbo were,
kind of
very close friends.
Yeah, got along with each other. It was the special effects in it are pretty good too. Like for what it is.
Granted, this is back in 1997.
97.
So.
I mean, it's not like there's not all the CGI and stuff. It was like almost.
Yeah, I don't think there was.
I
any
think
CGI.
it was all practical effects, which I like better, obviously, because I'm old school about that stuff. Like, I think it was all practical effects. The whole movie was practical, other than like the probably like the spaceships and stuff.
Yeah,
they might have been some form of CGI. I don't remember.
And of course, Spencer being the geeky kid, he always had I want to say infatuation or maybe a crush.
Yeah, he had a crush
in
on
his
a girl.
grade school.
Yeah.
We actually have a picture in front of us right now with him and her.
Yeah.
Because right at the tail end of the movie,
yeah,
they kind of get together because she's into comic books too.
Yeah. See, the geek does sometimes get the girl. I mean, look at me.
Yeah, so don't count us out.
Yeah. That's what happens, man. So you know what, like, I thought, I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was well-made movie, and it actually wasn't, like, didn't feel real 90s, so it kind of held up over the span of time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's actually, and it's a movie you could watch with your kids and not have to worry
definitely.
about anything. And it's
in
got
fact,
a good
I think
moral.
your daughter was actually
Yeah, Kara watched
it
it with me. It was a good moral story. I'm eating Sour Punch straws, Halloween ones, by the way, and I am addicted to them. I've eaten like 15 of these things today, so.
Oh, that's right, and Halloween is just
right around the corner. That's why we're doing some movie reviews. We got some other stuff that's going to be coming. You know what?
Yeah, so make sure you keep thumbing that notification bell.
Yep.
That way you'll be able to get in on all the new videos and things
as soon as they hit the web.
Wolfpack Entertainment releases. Because there are some stuff coming up that I think you're all going to enjoy. So.
I think so. What would you give this movie out of 5 stars?
Out of 5? 5 being the best?
5 being the best, 1 being crap.
Oh.
Half stars are applicable.
Okay. Well, I'd definitely say it's above average, so it's going to be higher than 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh man. I'd say a strong 4, maybe a 4.5.
I think I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Not because the story is just like super amazing or anything, but because it's held up for this long.
Right.
I like the practical effects. It genuinely made me laugh at a family movie. It genuinely made me laugh, and my daughter that's 11 could sit and watch it. So I give it 4 out of 5. I give it 4 out of 5
I think I will go with 4.5 because when I was watching this growing up, or when I was going through high school,
yeah,
it reminded me, Spencer reminded me of myself going through high school and grade school and all that. So I think that's why it kind of pushes me to a 4.5.
Yeah, that nostalgia.
So all you geeky kids that had to deal with bullies growing up, this will be kind of right up your alley. So
it's a good movie.
Real good movie.
Well, we're going to let you guys go. We hope you enjoyed this movie review, and there's a whole lot more coming throughout the next couple weeks of October.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
As October is Halloween month,
yes,
it's our favorite holiday.
That's right.
We're going to come out with different videos and stuff for that.
Yep. We had a great time. We did an event tonight.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a video.
There'll be a video about that. So just to tease you, there's a video coming from an event we just were at.
Spoiler!
Yeah, so we're glad to see you guys. We're glad you're here watching. Be sure, like he said, to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon so that you get updated on every Wolfpack Entertainment video as soon as it comes out. Until next time, I'm the Wolf.
And I'm the Wingman.
Happy Halloween.